Here are 9 communication mistakes that could damage the relationship between you. Avoiding these patterns will ensure your relationship does not suffer from communication patterns. Hi, my name is Edith Suleiman, founder of relationshipandmarriage.com. Welcome to my channel where we talk about how to spice our relationship and become a better spouse. Today we are going to talk about 9 unhealthy communication habits that will damage your relationship. Before we continue, I would like to thank my returning subscribers for watching. You also become part of this noble family by subscribing to the channel. Let's get started. 1. Being too defensive. A typical unhealthy relationship behavior is to become defensive each time your partner raises a concern. The appropriate response to your partner's complaints is, "I'm sorry this is annoying for you," while the unhealthy one is, "This is not my fault." It might be simple to fall into the blame game, where you and your spouse repeatedly point the finger at one another during an argument rather than cooperating to find a solution. Regardless of who is at fault. Over-communicating the problem in a relationship is not necessary even if the other person is at fault. Bringing it up when it doesn't help you find a solution will lead to more problems. It frequently makes things worse. 2. Expressing frustration in words. It's common to become irritated, even over seemingly insignificant issues. But it's not okay to let loose on your partner. Your anger may be triggered by a variety of factors, therefore it would be unfair to your spouse to direct it solely towards them. When someone is frustrated, they may say something such as, "You always get on my nerves," or, "You never take my side." Using the words, "always," and "never," can give the impression that your partner is continually inflicting harm on you, even when that isn't the truth. This kind of language can also cause you to believe the idea that, despite the fact that this is false, your partner is the main source of all of your issues. 3. Speaking on behalf of your partner. The boundaries between you and your spouse get unclear while you're in a relationship, especially a long one. You might share stories with your spouse or place drink orders for them at a pub. While this demonstrates how well you know them, it also demonstrates that you are not willing to let your partner speak for themselves, which is bad communication in a relationship. This might encourage you to stay in your current situation rather than giving your spouse room to develop or change. This demonstrates that you don't pause to think that perhaps your companion might want to try a different drink or tell their story in their own unique style. This is a clear indication that you are disregarding your partner and ruining your relationship. 4. Gaslighting a spouse. Since gaslighting can become extremely toxic very quickly, it ranks very highly on the list. Making your partner doubt their view of reality is known as gaslighting. If your partner complains that, "You are being too controlling of my actions. Are you certain that I'm controlling?" you ask in response, "I'm simply assisting you in making wise choices." You are gaslighting them into believing you are not a toxic relationship when you are by saying, "That means I care about you." The best way to help your spouse is to be aware of their feelings and allow them to speak freely, even though it might be challenging to recognize gaslighting behavior. 5. Criticizing your partner too harshly. It's only natural to wish for perfection in a partner when you're dating them, and it can be challenging to remember that this is simply not attainable because they are also human. By consistently condemning them for how they appear or for something outside of their control, you simply serve to lower their sense of value. An indication of excessive communication in a relationship is talking to your partner about a problem that has no solution and will only harm the two of you. Instead of accomplishing anything, this unhealthy communication style lowers your partner's sense of comfort and worth. 6. Poor body language. Relationships require nonverbal communication since it reveals how the other person feels about you. You're merely giving your partner the impression that you don't want to be with them by using unfavorable body language like eye rolls, physically removing yourself from them, and avoiding physical closeness. 7. Denying your partner to express themselves. One of the most pervasive unhealthy communication behaviors is steamrolling. Allowing your partner to speak freely will simply undermine trust and prevent further dialogue. In a relationship, steamrolling, according to psychologists, can indicate narcissistic conduct and result in recurrent feelings of anger and depression. Examples of steamrolling include talking over your partner, changing the subject suddenly without listening to what they have to say, or using defensive communication when they raise a concern. 8. Going beyond your limits. There are some topics that you never discuss with your partner in a moment of vulnerability. They might have revealed a past trauma to you or disclosed something embarrassing about themselves. Sharing this kind of information demonstrates your partner's trust in you. Conversely, frequently bringing it up or using it to humiliate or blackmail your partner can be extremely stressful communication patterns in a relationship. 9. Assuming that your partner is aware. It's critical to communicate your feelings and issues to your partner in detail. Doing so will help them empathize with you and appreciate your perspective. If you get too caught up, it's important to keep in mind that your partner doesn't have telepathy. Remember that your partner doesn't have a psychic. If you spend too much time in your brain without talking to them, it could lead to bad communication habits. Conclusion. The greatest strategy to ensure that your relationship does not suffer from unhealthy communication patterns is to understand what toxic communication is and work constantly to avoid it. Therefore, recognizing your toxic communication patterns early and changing them can help you save your relationship. Don't forget to subscribe and join this noble family. Stay safe and bye for now.